The race gets underway then for 15 minutes in the Mr. Transit Swift Sport Challenge, but one of them not too well away
Weymouth,
in the midfield. It's the Weymouth car, but everyone looks to have managed to get around him okay, and they're off up towards Redgate Corner for the first time. This big grid, more than 30 cars taking the start of this race. Lots of newcomers, a few drivers returning from last season as well in the Swift Sport Challenge, which was one of the great success stories of 2025 in not just 750 Race Club, but club racing generally. Heading down towards Old Hall Corner for the first time, Josh.
And it is Lewis Stannard and his seasonal debut that leads the way. The 16-year-old in second place is Woodward. It was Fuster possibly that was trying to come up the inside as they went into the right hander there at the old hairpin. We'll get a view of that as they climb the hill up towards McLean. But Lewis Stannard, who was only 16 2 weeks ago, he's raced in the Junior Slim Car Championship before. He's under challenge from Louis Woodward, who dives up the inside to claim the lead of the race. Louis, who's won the first ever race in the Swifts 1 year ago, takes the lead at McLean's Corner away from Stannard. It is Graham Coombs, in fact, who come from fifth on the grid. He's up into third and challenging for second with James Saggers, the ex-British GT racer, who's up next. He started seventh. He's already into fourth position. So the positions have changed quite dramatically, really, on this opening lap. But it's Woodward that leads. Second is Stannard. And then it's side by side for third position as James Saggers dives up the inside to grab that position away from Graham Coombs. So Elliot Fuster, who's in his first circuit race today, he's dropped several positions. He was the junior Swift champion in Rallycross last year, so he kind of could have been the novice class, I think, but he's going for the overall. He didn't make such a good start, but we know he can drive these Suzuki Swifts very quickly on the dirt.
Yeah, so making their way through Redgate Corner for the second time. It's Louis Woodward leading then by 0.8 of a second at the end of lap one. Lewis Stannard in second. James Saggers, who won the two races at the end of last season at Mallory Park, in third place as they are making their way out of trainer curves. The only novice driver in the top 20 at the moment, if that is right, is Samuel Ralph, who's in seventh position, going very well. It looks like he possibly is right, looking at our timing screen as well there. But he's certainly made a very good start to this race. But you have got an experienced driver out there, Louis Woodward. Of course, late raced a lot in the 116 trophy in the past as well, and various other categories as well over the past 2 or 3 seasons. And he is leading the way here. There's a mixture of youth and experience in this championship, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. Louis Woodward, the race leader in his late 30s, and Stannard still in year 11 at school, so he'll be doing his GCSEs in a couple of months' time. And he is chasing Louis Woodward and doing very well in this car. I don't think he'd driven before the weekend for Lewis Stannard. Mark Freeman, who runs the car, I think offered him a drive only a week or so ago, and he took up the opportunity. Don't think he had any racing programmes this year after being a race winner in the Junior Saloon Car Championship. He was quickest in qualifying this morning, and he's absolutely going with Louis Woodward here in the slipstream. Not showing on the graphics. I think he's got a transponder issue, but he's absolutely there in second place with Saggers in third. He was second in the championship last year, and they have gapped the rest, and it's the extremely experienced Graham Coombs who's leading the pack in fourth position.
Yeah, so making their way down the corner curves. Top 3 have made a break here. James Saggers, I guess, would have been one of the favourites for this season, having had good success towards the end of last year, including those 2 wins at Mallory Park. Quite an experienced driver in his own right, but here he's only in third place, but he's going with the 2 leads. He's done the best lap as well in the first flying lap of the race. There's one gone through the
Boydell,
I
think.
Jake Boydell, who started a bit further back than he would have possibly liked to have done. He's been a winner in the past as well in these cars. 11 minutes left to go, so still more than 2/3 of the race to run. And
absolutely together, aren't they, the top 3 here. It looked like Stannard was challenging at McLean's, but it didn't come off. But he's, after losing that lead early on, he's now got himself back in the groove, I think, and he's going after Louis Woodward. And James Saggers, who's got the fastest lap, sits there in third position. No challenge here into the chicane. First actual championship races we've had at Donington Park for the Swifts. They were here a year ago, a few of them with the hot hatches, and we're going 5 seconds a lap quicker than we did 1 year ago, although it was a bit damp then. And here they come up towards Redgate Corner, and Stannard looks to the inside. Louis Woodward just about keeps that covered, but oh no, Stannard's a bit wide, isn't he? And that might give James Saggers the advantage as they head through Hollywood.
Yeah, and Saggers trying to get alongside here. He's going to be on the inside line for the second part of the Craners, and he's gone through. Yeah, so Saggers goes second then. It's still Woodward leading. Stannard is now in third place. I think Fuster's fourth. Graham Coombs, the ex-British National Saloon Car Championship racer, fifth. And Guy Povey, another tin top ace of years gone by. He's in sixth position. Then Aaron Mullen 7th, and Samuel Relf, the novice class leader, is 8th as Saggers goes for the lead here. Tries to go around the outside of Louis Woodward, but has he compromised his own pace here as he climbs out of McLean's and up towards Coppice Corner, because they're almost going to go 3 wide into Coppice, I think. Or now out of shape goes Stannard. He's going to try and slot his car back up the inside for the second apex of Coppice Corner. The two of them right together now as they come off the corner onto the back straight. It's Louis Woodward still leading, but it's level pegging for second.
Yeah, absolutely. So Saggers got through earlier in the lap and he just about held off that challenge from Lewis Stannard. I wonder if they start battling if Elliot Fuster can catch, because he passed Graham Coombs a lap ago. He pulled away from him, and the junior rallycross champion is chasing after the top 3. He's just 17. Almost old compared to Lewis Stannard. He'll be at 6th one, won't he? Down towards the Redgate corner they go. So they stay in that same order, but Fuster was half a second quicker than them all. So he is catching them in 4th position. Again, Stannard's pretty wide at Redgate. Needs to be a little bit careful on doing that too often. But a great battle here. We've got up front here in the Mr. Transit Swift Sport Challenge. Yeah,
absolutely great race to start the season. Looks like Fuster in 4th position is making a bit of a break as well from the cars behind him, so he'll be trying to get his head down and catch the cars in front. And he was over a second faster on the previous lap than Stannard's in front of him, because of course the top 3 were falling over one another at various points around the lap, and they're doing so again because James Saggers has gone through on the inside to take the lead away as they headed through Schwanskirch, but through McLean's now it's Louis Woodward that's got it back, and Stannard is now alongside both of them. He's going to be on the inside line for Coppice Corner. Can Stannard, the junior saloon car racer, go through to take the lead? Yes, he can on his debut in the Swift Sport Challenge. It's Lewis Stannard that takes the lead. Saggers is second, and Louis Woodward down to third.
But it's not over yet, is it? We've only had half of the race, and Saggers is going for the lead, and Fuster's almost there now already. So you've got the ex-junior saloon car man leading the way. Lewis Stannard, he flicks the car into the chicane. He's fully sideways. I think if anything, that gave him better momentum, at least through the first part of the corner. But Fuster's caught those 2.5 seconds immediately, so it's 4 for the lead as they go on to lap number 6 of this race, with Stannard ahead of Saggers, Woodward and Fuster. And down towards Redgate Corner they go. Interestingly, Woodward seems slow out of the old hairpin, doesn't he? And then he's under pressure at McLean's corner, and that's what sort of brought all that on. But now with the new car in front, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Lewis Stannard, who was quickest in qualifying this morning, then leads the way as the quartet plunge their way down the Craner curves and into the old hairpin. 16 years and a couple of weeks of age, a race leader Lewis Stannard, looking to become the youngest winner of a 750 Motor Club racing, senior racing possibly ever.
Yeah. Well, and good to have a couple of teenagers in this leading quartet as well, isn't it? Against some more experienced drivers. Saggers having a look to the outside of Stannard as they went through McLean's that time, but Fuster, the 17-year-old from Beeford in East Yorkshire, is with them as well now, and it's still Stannard just about holding on from Saggers. They were overlapping on the way into Coppice Corner, but Fuster there in the Matt Highcock built car in 4th place. I think that's it. Is that the ex-Ray Collier car that he's in, possibly?
Is that Fuster?
Yeah.
He said he's built it himself, so similar liveried car. But change for the lead, and that is Saggers that goes to the front. So James Saggers, the new leader. We've had 3 leaders in a lap basically now, but it's not over, I don't think, at all, because Lewis Stannard in the tow is going after him, and the other 2 are right there as well. They're putting clear of the rest, so it looks like it's going to be a 4-car scrap, and it is Saggers that lead. Big dive up the inside from Louis Woodward of Stannard, but anyway, he pushes him out wide. Not sure Lewis will be too impressed with all of that, and he will drop to the back of the group.
He will indeed. That is a great shame. It gives James Saggers now a bit more of a gap, doesn't it, over the rest of them. So it's Saggers now in the lead, Louis Woodward second, Elite Fuster third, and a gap back to the recovering Lewis Stannard in 4th position. 5th, Graham Coombs. 6th, Guy Povey. Sort of holding the end of the more senior drivers in this championship. Up with a Masters competition as well this year for the over 50s.
I wonder if they get a massive tow up the hill, because the gap always shrinks, doesn't it, out of from the old hairpin up to McLean's, where they're climbing the hill all the time. Obviously, they're not terribly powerful cars, and particularly uphill, that gap comes down. Whoever's in front, they get caught. And James Saggers, the race leader, under threat from Louis Woodward, who's seemingly not too shy at diving up the inside of others. And then Elliot Fuster, who's been in races probably with 4 or 5 other cars before in the Junior Rallycross Championship. This will be such a different thing, with it so many cars involved in the battle. Much longer races as well than in Rallycross. But Elliot Fuster, the 17-year-old from East Yorkshire, is absolutely up for the battle here.
Absolutely right. It's in a podium position with power to add as well. There's only going to be 3 laps to go, including the one that they have just started now. James Saggers leading. Number 25, Louis Woodward, number 87 second. 7:07, Elliot Fuster in 3rd position. What has happened to Ralph? He's dropped down to 14th position overall, lost 7 places on the last lap. So what happened to him? He's still the leading novice though, according to our timing screen. Try and pick up what happened to him in just a moment, but the leaders are coming to the part of the circuit. They all seem to concertina up again, up through Schwanzkirchen and towards McLean's. Saggers with a decent sized gap though, well, 2 lengths maybe, over Louis Woodward this time, and then Fuster there in 3rd position. Fuster climbing now up towards Coppice. Can he mount an attack on Louis Woodward in the remaining lap or 2 of this race?
These Swifts look really good around Donington Park, don't they? They're able to fling the cars around the corners, they slide around a decent amount. It kind of feels like Stock Catch is back, really, doesn't it? With a big grid of cars, very competitive racing at the front, multiple lead changes as well, lots of young drivers on the grid too, so absolutely fantastic this addition to the 750 Motor Club package last season, and it's just grown. It's the biggest grid we've ever had, 35 cars, and across the line they go. Stannard has caught them all. He's done the fastest lap. He's into the 27s, the first time we've ever seen that from a Swift. That's quicker than qualifying, as Louis Woodward dives up the inside of the sideways James Saggers. So the 2 drivers who were battling for 2nd in the championship last year were wheel to wheel going into Hollywood, but James Saggers, the former Radical champion, leads the way. He had best part of 2 decades away from racing before rejoining last year in this championship. He's just kept Louis Woodward at bay. Then you've got Elliot Fuster and Lewis Stannard challenging. It looks like Mr. Transit himself is off the road.
Holder, isn't it?
One of the Transit cars, wasn't it? So there's the other one, one of the newcomers, I think, as you say, Ian. So this could cause problems, couldn't it,
yes,
for the rest of the race?
Well, only 1 lap to go at the end of this one, but now the question is, will there be 1 more lap to go? Because that car is in a rather prone position there. Which could be a shame from the point of view of Lewis Stannard, because he's done well to get back on terms. He's done the fastest lap of the race, 1:27.8, to get on terms. The marshals are with that car now, and I'm not sure that there's much that they can do about it in 2 minutes. So they've got double wave yellows on the approach to the chicane. There they are, and now the drivers, they are respecting that. They seem to be staying down quite well for that. They can see, I think, the reason for it. And James Saggers, experienced driver, leading them through with the hope that they are going to get 1 more lap to go. On the gas gets Lewis Stannard there, tries to pick away between Fuster and Woodward. We've got 1 lap to go, and it's James Saggers just about clinging on.
I think that bit of video could be showed in briefings of what to do under yellow flags, couldn't it? Just to have a 1 stationary yellow at the corner, then you can race around the rest of the lap, and that's what we're going to absolutely see on the final lap of this Mr. Transit Swissport Challenge race. James Saggers holds on up front. Looks like someone's been off at Redgate. There's plenty of gravel on the track, but it is Stannard who gained a place as well as Fuster, really, isn't it? Woodward has dropped back, actually, and Stannard hasn't quite got past Woodward, but it was Fuster then up into 2nd in his first race on full circuits, if you like. He's raced on tracks but in rallycross form last year. But has James Saggers just extended his lead perhaps over the last corner or so? And big dive up the inside from Woodward. Not the first time we've seen him do that.
And only 1 more opportunity really, I think, to make a move now, isn't there, at Coppice corner, because there'll be yellow flags for the final corner, unless you can get on the way out of the chicane. It's Stannard up the inside of Woodward though for third place at Coppice Corner, so he's made that stick, I think. And then they're going to be heading down into a yellow flag zone. Now hopefully they'll all be as orderly as they were.
No yellows.
No yellow. So have they got that car moved?
No.
There is a single yellow here, so same effect. Single file, no overtaking. Yes, I guess they've downgraded it because they've all seen it on the previous lap. Can anyone get on the gas to make a very late move past the green flag up to the checkered flag? Answer to that question is no. So it is James Saggers that continues where he left off last season, winning the opening round of the 2026 Mr. Transit Swift Sport Challenge by just under 0.2 of a second. Fuster was second, Elliot Fuster second, Lewis Stannard third, and Louis Woodward fourth, Josh.
You've got two first-time racers in this championship on the podium. There's loads of battles through the order there. We saw coming up across the line. Samuel Ralph, the former lawnmower racer, he's taken the win in the novice class. You've got a couple more novices battling here. You've got Mikey Bridenden, who's another 16-year-old. He is battling, I think that was with 26, was it?
Yep.
That's Jack Wood, who's local driver from Derby, also in his first race today. And there's plenty of people who are in that place, aren't there? There are 12 novices on this grid, and continuing to bring drivers into racing in the Swift Sport Challenge. The rest of the field taking the flag, and it was only 2 or 3 cars we lost as well. Over 30 drivers, I think, are going to take the checker. That's
great. It's Lewis Noon's car, of course, that was there stranded in the gravel trap, the sort of pistachio and orange car. But a very good opening race to the season for the Mr. Transit Swift Sports Challenge. Really enjoyed that.
Do you think that was the best one we've had yet? You've seen, I think, a few more than I did last year.
Well, I think we've seen some excellent Swift races over the past couple of years, including the opening meeting at Silverstone. So hard to say, but really enjoyed that one. James Saggers, though, it was that took the win. 10 laps completed in just over 15 minutes. And his winning margin was 0.171 seconds, so 25 the race winner. Second place went to number 707, which was Elliot Fuster. In third position, number 91, Lewis Stannard, also within half a second of the winner. Fourth was 87, Louis Woodward. Fifth was number 93, the car of Guy Povey. Sixth was 43, Graham Coombs. Seventh was the 821 car of Mullen. Thomas Littlechild, number 18, was 8th. Samuel Copeland, number 28, was 9th, and it was Jake Boydell that rounded out the top 10 at the end of a hugely entertaining opening race for the Swift Sport Challenge. And there's another one of those to come to round out the day's racing here at Donington Park, so very much looking forward to that one, Josh.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to be a bit swift about this here. Now I'm going to try and quickly grab James Saggers a second. James is going to jump in. That was an extraordinary battle between the 4 of you there.
Yeah, it was good fun. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, good to be back out front again. I mean, these youngsters are quick though. To be fair, they're a pain. Yeah, to say the least. No, it was good. Yeah, good. Got a bit more to do on the car. There's quite a bit of damage because some of them get a bit rough. But yeah, we'll see how we get on the next race. Yeah,
absolutely. And Donington is a track that really allows that kind of racing that makes the Swifts fantastic as well. Is it one of your favourite tracks?
It is, yeah. Donington and Brands are my favourites. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, thanks to all the boys. I mean, couldn't have got it ready in time otherwise. All my lads. So we've got one other car out as well. So I want to know how well he's done. But yeah, it's a good day so far, so we'll see how the next race goes.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously you've got one race left. What do you think? What are you expecting?
Oh, I'd like podium if I can, but we'll see. Yeah.
So well, congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, thanks. Right, let's quickly jump in with Elliot and Lewis. Boys, if I could just grab you both at the same time, if that's all right. Between the two, well, between all 4 of you, to be honest, was absolutely astonishing. But talk to us through your races individually.
Oh yeah, I thought it was a green flag lap. My start was terrible, so I had to gain it back up, which I somehow got back to P2. But a couple of door banging, this, that, and the other. But it's racing, so yeah. Overall, it's a really, really good race. Really happy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good race, definitely a lot learned as well, especially first time driving the car this morning, so got to be happy with it. Yeah, racing was unreal. A few things I probably don't agree with, but at the same time, you got to give it back, so yeah, definitely have to be on the podium. It's definitely a positive race.
And obviously you had a bit of an incident down at the top of the Cranus as well. Managed to claw it back and set the fastest lap at the same time as well. So kind of gives you the confidence, I'm guessing, now that you know that you can set those fastest laps, you can catch back up to them when there's been a bit of a gap that's built. Going to the second race, giving you that confidence to maybe fight for maybe 2 or 1?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the setback wasn't ideal, but I think especially when those 3 were fighting really hard as well, that definitely helps to catch back up. But yeah, we know that we've got the pace, it's just the actual fighting bit, trying to build a gap, which seems impossible with the toe. But yeah, definitely looking forward to the next one.
Absolutely. And you said you had a bad start. You managed to catch up to because these 3 were fighting tooth and nail anyway before you even arrived on the scene. So how was it once you got up to there, and do you think you can possibly take it one step further later on?
Yeah, hopefully, as long as I don't have a really bad start again. But I was hanging back of the race. I thought I'm going to wait for these guys to battle out and get into the last part of it. But I reckon might be able to get P1 today.
Just remember it, there's no green flag lap.
Yes, yeah, I will remember that.
All right, congratulations, boys, and hopefully I'll see you later as well.
Yes.
Cheers, thanks. Right, if you spin around as well, we've got all the novices as well, so we'll try and grab Sam. So, Sam, if I can just jump at yeah, hello. Yes, very, very big pack of cars, a lot of action going on at the back of the pack. Unfortunately, because the front boys were literally tooth and nail the entire way around, we didn't get to see a lot of what was happening. So talk us through your race.
You didn't get to see me. I started 4th and lost a few places in the first corner, battling with someone, but too keen onto the chicane, lost it, and as you can see, I hit the tyres, managed to carry on. So yeah, which is good. Well happy with it.
You're going to sort of straighten it out for the race later on, do you reckon?
Yeah, pull it out, cable tie up, go out for the second race. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, congratulations anyway on the novice win.
Thanks.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Now we can see the cars are heading out for the next race, so we'll head back up to Ian and Josh in comms.